Well, hello again and welcome to Roland's Reviews. How are you doing, Mr. Blackson?
How you doing, Miss Lynn? How you doing?
It's Saturday, almost Saturday night, and I'm feeling all right.
Hmm.
So I will not complain. Uh, just glad to have another day on this side of the
Hmm.
grave to talk and confer with you and everyone in the chat section as we try to work out America's problems with common
Absolutely.
sense and logical thinking. Go figure. All right. As you fill up the chat room, folks, please go ahead and do us one small favor. Just hit that like button. It won't cost you anything. And look at the title. Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon. Okay. Tell us if you're familiar. I always like to know, Mr. Blackson, of the people in the comment section who are actually aware, because, hey, we all get busy. We do. It
Hmm.
happens. And sometimes something will slip by. And then sometimes we do a show, and I'm thinking, I'm sure everyone has heard of this. And then they'll start typing in the comment section, no, I wasn't aware. So,
Right, right. Yep,
you
yep.
know,
I've seen that.
life happens and we get busy. And sometimes some things will pass us by. So that's where we are with that. Um, and I tried to inform everyone as they were coming in when we were trying to leave yesterday. Several people were coming in, and I'm like, well, we'll try to be live between 1 and 2. So we do try to keep our word. If for some reason we don't, there's a very valid reason. Like earlier, I was like, oh my God, it was about 11 o'clock and I lost connectivity. My Wi-Fi and my internet crashed. I was like, oh my God. So
Hmm.
I was going to contact you and said we're going to have to push the time back. But thank God I did a reset and I didn't have to call Spectrum, and I was able to um, get it going again so that we could remain on schedule and on time. Yeah. So, how many of you are familiar with the subject matter? Type it in the comment section, and they're still filling up the room. I will go ahead and I will do roll call for the people that have said something or sent an emoji. I can see your names. If you have not and you would like for me to call your name during roll call, uh, go ahead, say hello. We're glad you're here. All right. Billy Brooks, how are you? Chicago Hood says working, but I'll listen as much as possible. That's fine, Chicago Hood. I know how it is when you're working, and just come in when you can, love. Chubbs, how are you doing? Miss Prosperity, of course. Devil's Advocate, Cha Cha. Jermaine is here. Baldwin Birds is here. All of you. And there are a few more people here who have not um, said anything, so I don't know who they are, but we welcome you as well. Look at the title, folks. Mr. Blackson and myself, we have been talking about the Democrats are salty and sour as grapes, sour as vinegar and lemons. Okay. Look like they've all been sucking lemons, Blackson. And we
Absolutely.
said, right? What have we been saying on this show that they might possibly do? Try to destroy as much as they can prior to leaving office to make it more difficult for Trump. What do you think about this subject matter, Mr. Blackson?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's just like Biden authorizing long range missiles to Ukraine to
Yeah.
provoke Putin. So this it don't surprise me. Like all these last minute attempts to do what, I guess, and then they were even talking about they're going to sabotage the economy some type of way. They want to sabotage. I'm just like, these people are doing too much, man. They
Even
doing,
more than they already have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but the scariest one is authorizing those missiles, and they even talking about nuclear missiles to Ukraine. I'm like, no, don't do that. A lot of people don't even know uh, Vladimir Zelensky is not even in the Ukraine. He's in Florida.
Uh-huh.
He's off the Florida Keys. He's been off the Florida Keys, and every time y'all see him go to Europe, he'll do
Yeah,
a photo op with the generals. He comes right back to Florida. He's not even in Kiev.
well, we'll see how that goes. And like I said, nothing that they do will shock us because
Mm-hmm.
we know they're very salty. And that just looking at reading the tea leaves, we can see, I don't foresee the Democrats winning the White House for a very long time.
Right.
The House and the Senate, when you have a referendum like the American people just showed us, and you have someone stuck on stupid making up all these excuses, I can't foresee them. And I think Trump chose Vance strategically, and he's young enough. They can't say, because there were some people saying, well, Trump is old as well. Yes, he is, but he has someone in there young enough who can, think clearly, and all he has to do is, do his job, and I'm sure we can get him in the next election. And as you can see, the Democratic Party is disintegrating before our eyes. Thank God. And it's just, again, ironic to me. Everything that they said is it's sort of been thrown back in their face. It's been proven to be false. All of the lies. If that weren't the case, you see MSNBC is disintegrating. CNN is disintegrating. And we know they were major arms for the Democratic Party, and they pushed and spewed nothing but leftist, progressive propaganda. The American people have rejected them. Big old Dave is back. How you doing, love? Okay, he must have enjoyed the content yesterday. One of our new subscribers. Blackson, go ahead, dear, and drop your channel link. All right. And so this is what we're doing. Prosperity. He also hired a black so they can shut down the demons. Prosperity. Now, yes, he did hire a black person for his administration, but of course, Al Sharpton and the other Democratic shills will come out with something negative about that as well. So, regardless of what he does, it will never be good enough. It will never be enough. So, don't even try. And I'm sure he's not trying to satisfy these people. They can't be satisfied. Big old Dave, I'm so glad you are back. And I'm just speaking to you here in the comment section. Prosperity said, of course. And so we'll probably talk about that a little bit too. So far as Trump's administration, he's pulling it together. And I'm like Blackson, I don't care if the person is green or purple. Can they do the job? Can they turn the economy around? Can they have all of these illegals removed and sent back out of this country? I don't care where they go, just get them out of here. So that we can start spending money on Americans, not people who are non-citizens. Right, Chubbs? He had that big old head and less than 2 brain cells. Facts. Okay. So we just have a little to share with you because Blackson, we had been talking about this, them trying to make it difficult for Trump. Of course, they have their eyes on the next election, so they want Trump to fail,
right?
And obviously, so that they can try and get another candidate in for the next election cycle,
right?
And we know, again, folks, been there, done that. We know what they're up to, and again, it's not going to work. You have been exposed for what you are. You are demons. You are liars. The truth is not in you. And the American people have said no. Okay. And I love it. And which I've never seen this in my lifetime, 2 commentators from MSNBC go and bow the knee to Trump. They know it's over. The smart people are like, hey, I'm not going down with this ship. And they're changing course. And of course, they're being attacked, but they don't care. All right. So let's see what they're saying on Fox and Friends.
They're rushing to our southern border, trying to make it before President-elect Donald Trump takes office.
And those migrants on the march as the Biden administration quietly loosens immigration policies before they go.
Griff Jenkins joins us now for more. Hey, Griff.
Hey, good morning, guys. Here they come. This is the 6th caravan coming out of southern Mexico in the past few months. And it's clear that Mexico's new president, Claudia Sheinbaum, is doing little to stop them. Take a look here. You can see it is 1,500 strong and growing. The caravan's leader, Luis Villagran, told me yesterday he's encouraging these migrants to march on despite the incoming Trump administration's threat to deport them. And the migrants seem unafraid.
I watched
an interview where Trump said there will be a deportation of anyone who committed a crime from any country. But for an immigrant who hasn't committed any crime, there won't be a deportation. So I'm not afraid of anything. Whatever happens, the dream is the American dream, and to be there.
This caravan comes as Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens yesterday said in the past 51 days, they have already arrested 20 sex offenders at the southern border, 3 child sex offenders in just the last 72 hours. And guys, those are just the ones we know about. Don't forget about the gotaways. Meanwhile, ICE sources confirmed to me yesterday they are rolling out an ICE portal app here in New York and a few other cities, allowing migrants to skip in-person check-ins to their local ICE office. They say it's needed due to the overwhelming backlog of in-person appointments, which goes back 5-10 years.
We know what this is all about. They're trying to shield them from being deported. We know what this is about. They're trying to, they want these people to be like the gotaways, where they're not tracked. The American people know what's going on here, okay? So listen to clearly, folks, to what he's saying. He's telling us what they're doing. I don't care what the Biden administration calls it. We know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Years. And get this, ICE sources also told me they wanted to make it public, but their DHS bosses stopped them from putting out anything to the press on it.
Unbelievable.
Not surprising.
Yeah, they totally shut down their press operation. Hey, Griff, why do you think this caravan, what could you tell us? How intact do you think it's going to be, being that you are in contact with the leader by the time it gets here?
Well, we'll see what happens, Brian. And, you know, they're in Huitzla. That's where they are in Mexico. It's the northern city in the Chiapas southern state down there. And the migrants often break apart once they get out of that Chiapas state after they leave Huitzla. And part of the reason why they do that, Brian, is because the smugglers pick them up there and try and offer them ways to pay to move quickly to our southern border. And I will be willing to bet, although I'm not there, so I don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet that the smugglers are offering premiums for top dollar to hurry up and get there because of the concern that under the Trump administration, they're not going to have the success they've had over the past 4 years.
All the routes and how to get there. Looks like it's already been cut in half as well, Griff. Great job.
Right. And just one last question. The new Mexican president, how does she feel about illegal immigration? Will she be able to deal with Trump? Do you think, like Obrador, for all his faults, him and Trump did hit it off and they did work together?
You know, it's fascinating you asked that, and it's a great question. It's the $64,000 question, Brian, because Claudia Sheinbaum, Mexico's new president, took over a few months ago. She's really holding her cards close to her chest because she knows she's going to have to negotiate something with the incoming President Trump because he intends to reinstall that Remain in Mexico, and that requires Mexico's cooperation.
Right, and so far she has not been strong.
So far, she's done little to stop these caravans. This is a 6-1 that's taken off under her leadership.
She's going to be introduced to something called tariffs if she doesn't cooperate and hurt their economy.
When you look at the migrants that are crossing, thank you, Griff. When you look at just the hundreds, thousands of migrants that are walking toward our border, we don't know who they are.
Nope.
And in that crowd could be some criminals. And that's our biggest fear, especially as women. And a lady who works for Alvin Bragg, she's the assistant DA. She's 38 years old. She was going home to her apartment on Sunday, early in the morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. She walks into her apartment complex, and in the hallway is this guy doing a lewd act. You can imagine what he's doing to himself. She sees him, and then she says he robs her, and he takes her phone, and they were able to track him to one of
If you didn't watch the show last night, Blackson and I did a show last night on this. If you were not here and you want me to drop the link, I will. We've already covered this, folks. So the chickens are definitely coming home to roost. I also did a video on the 13,000 murderers and other criminals that are just walking around. I'll finish this video and we'll get to it.
these migrant shelters.
So Alvin Bragg, in his office, Mr. Put illegal criminals first, who wants to prosecute Danny Penny and President Trump. And do you think he has any regrets? This is the bile that are here.
They're making fun of our laws because they understand that they're going to be right back out on the street. They're not going to be held in custody much longer. Because
they did put him out without bail right away, but.
Well,
I mean, it's just crazy.
You know, she's lucky to be alive. But they caught him. They tracked her cell phone because he took her phone. They nabbed him at the Row Hotel migrant shelter in Midtown. It turns out.
How many of you have been able to stay at a hotel or motel for free? So these people are living like kings and queens. And Chubb says illegals think they're not committing a crime when they cross the border. They're all criminals. Some have just committed SAs and
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, exactly. Betty Boop, how are you? So we'll go ahead and finish this video and we'll see what Blackson has to say, and I will read your comments as well.
Well, I just had a real quick question.
Go ahead.
Is crossing the border, is that a felony? I was just curious if anybody knows. I just have to look it up.
It's a crime. Betty Boop. Okay, here we go. Let me see. How you doing, Pena? We'll come back to that, okay?
All right.
I think it's a felony, but we need to check it.
I'm looking it up now. Yeah. Don't you play? Yeah, I was just wondering.
Right.
Yeah.
According to I think it's the Post, the article I was reading, his hometown is in Queens at one of the migrant shelters. So he's here illegally.
Yeah, with his debit card that we're giving him because they didn't like the food that was given to them and they were throwing it out. So we decided to give them debit cards so they can have.
Has Alvin Bragg said anything about this?
Yeah, but by the way, that's probably why he's in jail, because he hit somebody in his office.
In his office.
But it's okay to hit.
But it's happening to average day New Yorkers every day.
Right. And by the way, the GOP standing up, speaking out in Massachusetts about the governor making those ignorant remarks about illegal immigrants. We're going to protect them. We're not going to cooperate with ICE. The Republicans are beginning to, even though they're not a lot of them, they're beginning to speak out and talk about the embarrassment of their mayor and governor when it comes to illegal immigrants.
And when they're arrested, they're laughing, they're smirking.
Yeah.
Remember the guy in
He
Midtown?
flicked off the camera.
Exactly.
They were smirked and laughed there as well. And these are guys that shot at cops, right? And they're laughing about it. We let them out too, by the way.
I'm Steve Doocy.
So, you want more of that? Thank God the nightmare is almost over. And so that's what we've been dealing with. Prosperity made a very poignant statement. I got to go back and find it. Prosperity said, "Don't come to Chicago. We are getting rid of this mayor and governor, and the governor. Tom Homan has an open invitation to come clean house." Yes. Truth bomb. All right, go ahead, Blackson. What are your thoughts?
So I got two conflicting. I looked it up. It said one says it's a felony and one says it's not a felony. It says it's a federal felony, and then I'm looking at some other. Google need to get it. You could tell they on the left because they not even.
Oh yeah.
Consistent. Yeah, they're not consistent with whether is crossing the border a felony. Yeah, it's okay. So this one says a felony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was too. So the point I'm making is that I guess they're just disregarding all these people committing a felony when they cross the border. So they're breaking the law by crossing the border. So technically, if they all committed felonies, then that technically, yes, you're right. They would all be criminals. So, I mean, it's kind of an oxymoron to say, well, we don't know who's a criminal in there. They're all criminals. They all cross the border
It's just
illegally.
And some of you who are here, right? Again, I will drop my video that we did. Oh my God. Woo. It's a little alarming. I will drop that link now. And it was over 13,000. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, the video we did, Blackson, on over 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of, I'll say unaliving people, because I can't say the M word. I don't want them to block the video. But yeah. and all other kinds of crimes, essays, and like you said, every time they're arrested, they're laughing, they're smirking, they're sticking up their middle finger. It's a joke.
Right. Yeah.
They know in this country, it's a joke. There are no ramifications. They know that. Folks, if you're enjoying this content, please hit that like button for us. We promise it won't cost you anything. All right, let me go ahead and drop this link for you. Bad hombres, yes, devil. So if you want to know the statistics, the link that I just shared with you, Blackson and I did a video on that, and we talked about the essay statistics, the unaliving statistics, all of the other crimes. And if any of us as Americans go out and commit felonies, we all know how that's going to end. We're going to jail.
And you know, the news media, it's kind of weird how they're saying this. So Trump, is he talking about when they come over here and commit crimes, or committed crimes in their own country, then coming over here? Like, they're not being specific.
Who?
The news media.
And they're not going, they haven't been truthful since this whole nightmare began. And we're talking about, remember, I did a video, Venezuela in particular, unlocked their prisons and told them to go run to the US border. So it's not surprising that we're seeing an uptick in crime. Now, America had enough crime. We did not need to import any crime, especially when you added all those criminals to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago's like a third world country already with the crime, the murder rate. I don't hear Black Lives Matter. I don't hear the Right Reverend Al, the Congressional Black Caucus, NAACP. They don't say a word. Oh, Big Old Dave, you're welcome, love. Big Old Dave, check out that video if you want, because I shared videos, but I also shared a website with statistics, if I'm not mistaken, in that particular video. So that's just where we are. And Waveland said these major cities next year, spring, when it warms up, the great shaking will start. I cannot wait. I'm telling you, and when Trump starts shipping these people out of here, I'm almost tempted to fly down, Blackson, and live stream it.
Live stream it. Oh gosh.
Woo! That should be interesting. So that's just where we are, folks. If you're enjoying this content, please hit that like button for me. Okay. And let me read. I will read some of this article as well. How you doing, Sean? Yes, Sean, they are desperate. And we've talked about they are trying to destroy and blow up as much as they possibly can prior to Trump entering office in January, because they want him to fail so that they can regain or recapture the White House. But again, it's not going to work. Americans do not want your policies, your failed policies, and they still don't get it. All right, let's read some of this here. And this is what we've been, Blackson, look at this. This is what we've been saying. We knew they were going to do something, and this is not all. They're going to do as much as they can before they leave office. We know that. Biden administration loosens immigration restrictions ahead of second Trump term. This is their last ditch effort. We know that. Nothing new to see here for us. All right. And that's why do you think all these people are headed towards the border? They're trying to get in. And like I said, it's not going to do them any good. You're still leaving in January.
And what doesn't make sense is that the Biden and Harris administrations are the ones that provided the food stamps and all the resources. Trump is going to cut all that off. So then why come to America and then be broke and not have none of those resources? That's why the people in New York are leaving. It makes no sense. Like, they didn't give the people the memo. Yeah.
Right. And they're still being encouraged. And again, if you were here and you just watched that short video that I played for you from Fox News, they did not want this released. They didn't want the American public to know that they were doing this. You cannot do anything in secrecy. If more than one person knows, it will be released eventually. So it says, yeah, the Biden administration is loosening some key immigration restrictions ahead of President-elect Trump's second term, opening the door. Let me highlight this for you. For thousands more illegal immigrants to enter the country. We know we already have millions. Trump indicated that he could declare a national emergency, and I think he will. He will have to, and use military assets to carry out mass deportations. The Biden administration, however, is taking steps to make Trump's plans for the border more difficult. We knew this was coming. How you doing, Fishing Kid? Hit that like button, everyone. The Biden Department of Homeland Security is launching an ICE portal app in December. Everyone listen, pay attention. Let me highlight it. That will allow migrants to skip their in-person check-ins at an ICE office and instead check in with immigration officials via an app on a phone or computer, according to reporting by the New York Post. Someone in the comment section, tell me what this is all about. The app reportedly has severe glitching issues and does not track a migrant's location if he or she is using an Android phone or laptop.
That's about all of them.
Yeah. This is by design. We know that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
The app does not check migrants for past, let me highlight this, arrests or outstanding warrants, and allows them to opt out of or contest government orders to undergo electronic tracking. Wow.
Wow, you can't make this up. Oh my God.
They know the American people do not want this, and they are still at work.
Mm-hmm.
Blackson, I have to take a breath. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, well, especially with the glitching, you know, they all get Android phones. So that's, I mean, I'm just tickled by the type of buffoonery that they trying to pass before our eyes. Like, you know, this is just silly, man. But you know, the Biden administration and Harris were silly. Their whole administration was silly. So yeah, they're going to be silly going on their way out. You know, thankfully we got how many months left? Jeez, it's counting down, but we getting there, y'all.
Yeah, but they're doing as much damage as they possibly can. Hit that like button for us, folks. If you're enjoying this content, please share it out. Bring more people. If you have Facebook, Truth Social, share it there so we can bring more people into the conversation. And again, this is the proper thing to do. If you see you have been rejected by the American people, you know they can't be that tone deaf. You know the American people do not want what you're doing as it relates to illegal immigration, but you're still continuing. What the heck? What, make it make sense. Eric, how are you? Eric, yes. Eric, I think you're new here. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you like it, if you enjoy the content.
Here.
They do a lot of damage in 2 months.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my, because they want Trump to fail, right? So that they can recapture the White House. But again, America has rejected your Marxist socialist policies. The Bill ABC TV, how are you? Charles Brewer, how are you? Charles says the Democratic plantation gatekeepers are looking for a new emperor to run the American plantation. Laurie, how are you? Laurie, this is treason. You're doing something that the American people do not want. That's why you lost the White House, the House, and the Senate. Timothy, how are you? Oh, wow. You can't make this stuff up. Prosperity said something very important. Trump can't fail with what God has ordained. Okay. But it's funny to me that they're still not, they're going down fighting tooth and nail. When
Yeah,
you
they
have
are.
rejected, your policies are failed policies, and you're still, I mean, so the thing for them to do would be to say, okay, the American people do not like this. This is not what they want. How you doing, Isaiah? And so the thing for them to do would be to stop. This is one of the reasons you lost, and you're still doing it. This is one of the primary reasons why you lost this election. You lost the House, you lost the Senate. Blackson, do you understand? Maybe I'm slow. Maybe you can make it make sense to me, because I don't understand it.
Oh, you mean the Democrats and their actions? I mean,
Why would they? This is one of the primary reasons why you lost the White House, the Senate, and the House. Why are they continuing?
because they haven't learned, Miss Lynn. They haven't learned from the long list of failed policies, the long list of tone deafness that they had towards the American people. The American people have spoken. They tried to force a narrative, that being baby removal, and I forgot whatever, men and women's sports. They were pushing issues that people was not on their top priority. The top priority was the economy, stupid. Then it
Right.
was this issue that we're talking about, the border. You know, a lot of people want to end the war in Ukraine. They want to not be taxed. Kamala Harris talk about, we gonna do away with them Trump tax cuts and laughed about it. And we're like, really? So you want to go up on taxes and continue to bring more migrants in and take more tax dollars out? No, that's why y'all failed. But they just, it went over their head. And so, and then you got Al Sharpton and Smiley talking about racism. But I guess Tavis Smiley comes and gets, because he like, don't you know Donald Trump's gonna do mass deportation?
Yeah, Ricky Smiley, yeah.
Yeah, so he actually knew the policy. I'm like, oh, he actually knows it, but for some reason, he doesn't understand that black people want mass deportation. Somehow he missed that. I don't like Detroit TV said, he must be talking to other shills.
He's one of the elites, and they primarily are not affected. They're in their nice, cushy homes, and they have their nice checks. And so, and they live in these nice, exclusive communities. They don't have to worry about the crime and everything else that goes along with these sanctuary cities.
Yeah, but even the logic, though, Miss Lynn, even it's the logic doesn't make any sense. Okay, so he's a rich guy up in Beverly Hills, whatever. Okay, then you got us regular working black folks. How, unless you're Haitian or Jamaican or African, how does mass deportation affect black people in a negative? Like, you can't be that damn stupid. Excuse me for cursing.
Yeah.
You can't be.
I'm saying, Blackson, you're dead on. You hit the nail on the head right there. And if you look at the people, all the black, not just the shills. If you look at the Congressional Black Caucus and the NAACP, who are supposed to be, listen to this, they are supposed to be representing Black Americans, and the Black preachers too. They say they're representing Black Americans. You're not representing me. And so again, this was a referendum.
Mm-hmm.
Black Americans don't like this. White Americans don't like this. Heck, a lot of my Hispanic subscribers say,
right.
Hey, they don't
Hispanics,
like it.
yeah, Hispanics want mass deportation. That's why I was like, who is Ricky Smiley talking to? Who is he talking to?
So again, they're out of touch.
Yeah.
And out of mind. That was a song by I think Hall & Oates, You're Out of Touch. All right, so the Post reported that let me highlight this for people who may have visual problems. Up to 100,000 migrants will be enrolled in the new program's first wave. Everyone see that number? Timothy, you hit the nail on the head. There's no other reason for illegal immigrants than for retaining political office. Timothy, we said this last night. Hispanic voters don't support Democratic policies. So, yeah, they'll take your free, these illegals will take your free housing and free food and free checks. How you doing, Mark? But no, they're more conservative than they are liberal. So you're really wasting time. You're just giving freebies out for no good reason. And after they've been here for a generation, they're not going to vote for you. So you're still not going to retain office. How you doing, Mary?
Ooh, look at what Pinky says. She said the NAACP, CBC, and Urban League are full of immigrants and have announced they are no longer working for Americans. Wow, that is a bold.
Let me, Pinky, you get 3 truth bombs. That's the first one that you received. The second one, Pinky, I need to do a video. Blacks, and we need to do a video on that.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a video on that.
That is true. The people in the NAACP, Congressional Black Caucus, the Urban League, they're full of people. What did we say? What did the Democrats do? They put black faces in high places because they know you look at that. Oh, I have to support the black person. You don't look at their policies and realize they're not there for you. Okay, they are for illegal immigration because most of them are immigrant. Pinky, I was talking about doing a show on that. So even though how are you representing me, the Congressional Black Caucus? How are you representing me? And you're for illegal immigration.
Right, exactly.
Which hurts. What did Trump say? Black jobs.
When
Trump was in office before, and he went, and a lot of these construction sites were raided, and some of these other places, black and white men, Hispanic men, American, who were citizens, they went and took these jobs that illegals had. So I don't care if you call them black jobs, white jobs, Hispanic jobs for Americans. And this is true. How are you representing me, especially the Congressional Black Caucus, who everyone's a Democrat, and the party of diversity, equity, and inclusion? Well, when Tim Scott wanted to join, when Byron Donalds wanted to join, they were turned down and told no. Now, can you imagine if there was a white congressional caucus? Oh God, that's racist. That's racist. But you have a black congressional caucus, and all they're an extended arm of the Democratic Party.
That's right.
Black people on the Democratic plantation. I've said that. Yes, all these people, they're all bought and paid for, and they're all compromised. They're not there for you. And I don't know why black people don't wake up and see they are not there for you. Most of them are immigrants.
Right. That's what Mark said. Yeah, Mark said in the chat, we know the NAACP is full of immigrants, not foundational blacks. Prosperity said the NAACP would never work for blacks. That's why they have the C in their title. Right. This set off a firestorm right here, Miss Lynn.
Hey, everyone in this chat is intelligent. They know what's going on. Pinky said illegals take American jobs, and white man told me illegals don't affect us. Yes, they do. Pinky, you should have shared that video I did where 1,300 Americans were laid off up in Perry, Iowa. And then Tyson Foods went and held a private job fair. And it wasn't for Americans, folks. If you want me to drop that link, I will. Because I have so many new people coming in. Richard, how are you, dear? Oh, Richard's out getting exercise. Richard, I need to be doing the same, love. So, we need to do a whole video on that.
Yeah, we need definitely.
They are not there for Black Americans. That's the lie that they take. You're not representing me because everything you stand for, I disagree with. How is the NAACP and Congressional Black Caucus representing me?
Yeah. I
don't subscribe to their ideologies. I don't. Sean, so many have woken up. I'm proud of the Black community backing Trump. Right. Anyone with more than 2 brain cells can understand what's going on. And they are not there for you. These people are not there for you. I'm glad that it was exposed. All of these celebrities were paid millions of dollars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't have our best interests at heart. They're being paid. When I support someone, Blackson, you don't have to pay me. I will get out on my own and say, hey, this person's worthy. You don't have to pay me one thin dime. Mark, Khalid Muhammad back in the 90s. Yeah. Mark knows. Those of you who've been around for a while, like Blackson and myself, you know the truth. I told him about the white men in California complaining at a town hall meeting about the fire department not hiring them because they don't speak Spanish. Oh, then you heard crickets. Okay.
Right.
They discriminate against Americans. They do.
Sometimes it takes people for it to sink in, but it will sink in. It does sink in, but some people catch on faster than the others, but it will catch on, you know.
Prosperity. Yeah, go ahead.
That's what's really, that's what Mark said. He was so proud of Black people voting for Trump. Yeah. It was right on time. It was right on time. It wasn't the time that we wanted, because I'm going to tell you, when me and Ms. Lynn were here from the get-go, you could count the Black Trump supporters on our hands in the beginning, but then as time rolled on, it avalanched. It avalanched. So, And
now the Democrats have to deal with their primary way of indoctrinating and gaslighting people. That's 20th century, right? Content creators like Blackson and myself, and all of the other content creators who are out here on various forms of social media. That's what this, especially this younger generation, that's where they get their news from. No one's looking at CNN and MSNBC except the baby boomer generation. Okay. And so, no, it's not going to work. Prosperity made a very good point. There are over 400 plus major companies hiring illegals over Americans. Yes. They need to be exposed.
Right. And Trump said he was going to tax them, for doing that.
Right. And he needs to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I voted Trump 3 times. Good for you, Pinky. Right. Me too. Rosby, Kamala is pretty quiet. Yes, Rosby. She's probably quiet. She's probably in hiding, trying to figure out how she's going to get $20 million up. But what she needs to do, because Rosby, I don't know if you were here. I did a video. Blackson and I did a video. How about all of these? Like, Oprah's a billionaire. Oprah, give that $1 million back. All of these people you gave money. Beyonce is a multi-million, probably a billionaire if you add her net income to her husband's. They're billionaires. People, give that money back. Prosperity said, that's my generation, baby boomers, and many have changed their news source. Reality check, right? Pena said, yeah, these companies want cheap labor. Facts. Chubb said, go to another country and tell them you want free stuff and see if you get it. Chubbs, you won't even make it.
Not gonna happen.
No, it will not happen.
You'll get arrested.
Right. You go to another country illegally and see how that works for you. How you doing, J.R. Meadows? Kelly Ray, how are you? Good afternoon. And so hit the like button for those of you just coming in. We are glad that you were here. We told you we would live today, and here we are. Sharice says, let me see what Sharice is saying here. I'm trying to keep up with your comments, folks. Sharice says, in most countries, non-citizens cannot get work permits. They should do the same in a constitutional republic, which is supposed to be by, of, and for Americans. Yes, Sharice. Detroit's HP, Detroit in the house. How are you doing, Detroit? All right. We are glad you are here. Rosby, you're waiting for the Diddy list. We all are. That's why some of these people are leaving.
Oh, like Ellen DeGeneres, boy.
No one cares about Ellen DeGenerate. Go bye, goodbye. No one, you're old. No one
I
cares.
think she's leaving because of that Diddy list, Miss Rowland.
That's what a lot of people are saying. They're leaving for other reasons, but we know the truth. Richard says, I'm an old baby boomer. I'm out here on the trail. Keep walking, Richard. That's good for the heart, love. Hit the like button, folks. Detroit, did you share this with the new young lady you told me about? So anyway, let me finish this article. Those of you just coming in.
Prosperity says she should have been leaving from the dancer.
Yeah. This comes after the Biden administration set the record. Look at this, folks. For the highest number of illegal migrants entering this country in a single year in 2023, with 3.2 million entries. This surpassed a previous record of 2.7 million set the year before. So Trump has a job on his hands. This is some woo. Among the cities most impacted by this surge is New York, which has seen over 223,000 migrants arrive in the city since spring 2022. As a sanctuary city, New York spent, look at this, folks. Woo! Hold on. New York spent $3.7 billion in housing, food, and other costs in the 2024 fiscal year alone. That wasn't spent on Americans. That was spent on Haitian, African, Venezuelan, Salvadoran migrants. That was not money not spent on Americans, and I have a problem with that. Wow. Joe Borelli, a Republican New York City Council member, told Fox News Digital that many were hoping that with a second Trump presidency on the horizon, the crisis would wind down. Instead, he said these actions taken during the death gargles of the Biden administration are disheartening, to say the least. So even people in their part, they know what they're doing. They're trying to throw a wrench into Trump's plans. It's not going to work. Kelly said yes, but they're ain't going to non-traditional countries, which makes no sense. Right, Kelly? Tina, how are you doing, love? We're just glad you're here. Hit the like button for me, Tina. This doesn't seem to be in the spirit of the peaceful. So remember, if you guys remember, Biden said, he promised Trump a peaceful transition. But look what he's doing, folks. He's trying to wreak havoc. That's not peace. What do you think about that, folks? Type it in the comment section. Blackson, what do you think about this latest form of sabotage?
I think it's somebody high up that's just really putting all this into play at one time. Like I said, it's somebody. I guess they're, like you said, I guess they're planning for 2028 because none of this makes sense. And I guess they're trying to bog down Trump so much, but it's not going to work. That's what they don't get. They're just going to provide more jobs with ICE hiring people. They're just going to, Trump is going to make it happen. They don't understand that Trump is not a politician. He is a businessman. So he's going to execute things from a business perspective. They don't get that. They don't get it.
In fact, Janet said the devil never sleeps. Never, Janet. Pinky, I'm encouraging my students. So there should be more job openings at ICE, border control, and the video we did last night. You have a lot of people offering to come out of retirement to help Trump. That's border control agents, that's military personnel, that's ICE agents. So people are on board. Hit that like button for me, folks. Mark says, ICE is about to have an army. I'm about to get a job. Go ahead, Mark. Mark, you're going to get a job for ICE. I think I might want to do the same. Suave is here. How you doing, love? Suave says, good job. Thank you so much. We are trying to do a good job. I am flooding the comment section with hearts just for you, Suave. We're always glad you're here. How you doing, Callie? Callie is here. I think that's someone new. Blackson, did you drop your channel link? Okay. Sharice says immigration policy requires the applicant to have a sponsor. Where are the sponsors of these millions of people? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. And someone said earlier, some of these churches and organizations quietly, as quiet as it's kept, they're doing a lot of this. But again, why not help Americans first? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And so again, Biden said one thing, he's doing something else. And then Congressman Mike Lawler, Republican who represents the suburban New York District 17, told Fox News Digital that the administration's decision to further loosen restrictions immediately after the murder trial of Laken Riley's unaliver defies logic and all common sense. I think I did mention that yesterday, folks, on the channel, the video we did last night. Thank you, Detroit. I'll help too. Timothy said there's some legal immigrants who are complaining they can't get certain jobs because of the illegal immigrants are given preference. Timothy, that's what we were saying. People who came over here as immigrants, they want them gone too.
Right. Yeah.
Right, Kenya?
That's why Hispanics voted for Trump at what they think it was like 92%.
No
Yeah.
Americans like this. Right. I mean, it's going against your own bottom line. And so for this to come out, for those of you that did not know, Laken Riley's unaliver, Jose Ibarra, was sentenced to life in prison.
Yep.
And so again, folks, since I started this series, we know that some of the crimes were exposed, but there were a lot that weren't. So this is just what we know about. We didn't learn about everything. They share what they want us to know. And sometimes not even that. It leaks out. Okay. NGOs are sending illegals to the Mexican border. Pinky, I'm not sure who you're talking about, love. Sean, yes, I heard about the Catholic charities that are helping these people. Right. You don't have enough Americans that need help.
Right.
Okay. All right. And all right, there we go. That's pretty much all we had to share with you. Prosperity, you have all the credentials. It's near the best. Oh, Prosperity. Oh, maybe we can both go down there and work. Let's help. We'll help. They say Trump's too old. Well, I say older the fiddle, sweeter the juice. Okay, Chubbs. Oh, wow. And so that's primarily what we had to share with you. And I think it was James, because James lives in New York. How you doing, Glory? Hallelujah. That's true, Glory. Some Catholics aren't. Callie, U.S. government is biggest culprit, but for government involvement, NGO wouldn't be able to operate the way they do. Well, this is true. Trump is still alert and still on top of things. Yes, he is. How you doing, Glory? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Glory and Callie, if you are enjoying this information, Blackson, I need for you to drop your channel again.
Okay.
And also, I wish James was here, because remember James mentioned, I think it was James, because he still lives in New York, and he said that a lot of people are, you see all these people living in, what did he say, RVs?
Mm-hmm.
And so I started looking that up. And so again, you have enough Americans that, are struggling.
Yeah.
Help people who are here. Help citizens first. That's all we're saying. We're not saying it don't help people. Mary said, it may sound crazy, but I can already tell the difference. My grocery bill is steeper. Oh, wow. Okay. And we know the grocery bills are steeper. When you have more people, that means they have to produce more food. They need more gas. Oh, Glory, you've been subscribed. Thank you, love. Okay. The Arena Uncensored, he just dropped his channel link. Please go over and subscribe to him as well, dear.
Yeah, Kelly said, yeah, and see, yeah, Kelly, they shadow banned me again, so you have to just, I guess, try to catch when you can because I've been live a couple of times, but nobody's getting notifications, so I'm like, okay, they done banned me again, so
Welcome to my world. I'm
I know,
shadow.
right? They shadow banned me and Miss Lynn, but we're both partners of YouTube, which makes no sense. Like,
The only people they don't do that to are the large people. Say like Candace Owens, people that have millions of subscribers, or if you have like 100,000 subscribers, as soon as you drop a video, there are thousands of people on instantly. So they're not able to do that. But when you have a smaller subscriber number, they're able to do and suppress your videos.
okay.
Detroit and I were talking about that. So that's why I'm always asking you all to hit the like button and share this content with your family and friends. James, pardon my tardiness. All right, James. Where's your late pass? Another great show from Miss Rowland and Mr. Blackson. We love y'all and thank y'all for what you're doing. Thank you so much, Chubbs. Glory, he dropped his channel link. It's, if you scroll up, you'll see the Arena Uncensored.
Yeah, I'll drop it again. I think, yeah. When the Arena is censored, everybody, if y'all don't know, that's me. That's me. So yeah, I think some people didn't know. I kept dropping, and I guess they don't realize I'm the Arena Uncensored in the chat.
Right. Okay, and there we go. How you doing, Lori? Said you're exactly right. Americans should come first. Yes, and much love and God bless you all. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Kylie. Glad you're here. And that's pretty much. I need to drop that link. Hold on. Let me drop another link for all of you, so that you know we told you this was coming, and there's nothing new to see here. But like I said, Holman, he's a wildcat. He has something for all of them. All right. Here's the link. All right. So Callie and a few other people who are here and that you weren't here before, check out that video and check out some of the older videos. Some of the things that we see happening now, we kind of predicted were going to happen. As long as we support each other, they can't silence us. Right, Detroit? You're absolutely right. Timothy had a very difficult time a few days ago seeing one of your live shows because YouTube kept blocking access to watch. Timothy,
Wow.
that's what they're doing. They're doing that to the smaller content creators. They can't do it to the larger people. They have thousands of people who click on it at one time, and so it triggers the logarithm. But a small channel like mine and Blackson's and Detroit's, Detroit, drop your channel link too, love. Much love and God bless. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Thank you, Laurie. Okay. Right, Timothy. That's what they do to the. I don't know. I'm like Blackson. I don't understand why. We're supposed to be in partnership with YT. Why?
Right.
You know, so I don't get it.
Yeah, Prosperity said Trump said he's coming for these platforms too for doing that. That is true, yeah. Prosperity. And not only that,
yeah,
you know, there's talks about Elon buying NBC.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So you got Joy Reid freaking out.
Yeah, she's gonna have to go somewhere else. Thank God.
Right.
But Detroit and I were talking, and he was telling me about that. Yeah, Prosperity. Trump said he's coming for these platforms for suppressing conservative content, and I love it. It's going to be good for, especially for the smaller content creators like we are. James, Y2 is all about logarithms. If you're not getting over 500, you mean nothing. Okay, James. Well, James, it's hard to get over 500 when sometimes, like I said, they suppress your videos depending on what you're talking about. I think James is a content creator too, so he understands how that works. Timothy, yeah, it's not just a smaller platform, but it's harder for us the smaller content creators to recover. We just don't have the subscriber number to trigger the algorithm anyway. So when they suppress our video, it's just, Oh, Charles said, Roland, you're talking about the Congressional Black Caucus plantation gatekeepers. Charles, is that why they're suppressing it? They definitely don't want that to get out. Prosperity. Yes, if less conservative purchases, and we know YouTube is owned by Google, so we know how that works. We know absolutely how that works. Hit the like button. Rachel Mad Cow, yeah, she's crying. They're all crying crocodile tears. I love it. All right, Mr. Blackson, closing thoughts.
Well, another great show, Miss Lynn. Y'all catch us again. We definitely need to tackle that. These so-called NAACPs. I don't even call them black organizations, but yeah, like was said earlier in the chat, a lot of them are not what you call it, FBA's first.
Well, people who are Black Americans who were born here in America. Don't put a group of people in front of me saying these people represent me.
No.
And my ideology is totally different, but this is who you have to represent me. And no, I'm not. That's unacceptable.
Right.
James says advice. Should I do a video about the lack of Google stores in Brooklyn? Or, well, you can try, James. They'll probably shut you to, suppress you. Yes, Sean, Google destroyed YT. Pinky. Oh, well, Pinky's dropping some truth nuggets today. They're legacy organizations.
Yeah.
NAACP, Congressional Black Caucus. Let's go back and look at what they've ever done. They've done nothing. Now, the NAACP, yes, years and years ago, yes, they did. But what did Janet Jackson say? What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. That was, they're legacy organizations.
Yeah.
They're totally different from what they once were.
Whoa. Back that up. When have they ever been for black people? Because NAACP was formed by the whites who had mixed children. And so it was for the mulattoes originally. And if you look at all the members of the NAACP, a lot of them were half-breeds. So
and they were the black bole, the elite. They were. But I'm saying, if you look at what they've done in the past as compared to now it's just all about white supremacy and racism. That's all they preach. Whereas before, if you look at the older generation, and some of the things that NAACP, I'm talking years and years ago now, nothing recent. But if you look at some of the things that they've done in the past, they have done something, but that was a long time ago.
Done something for who? The mulattoes or the blacks? There's a difference. Mulattoes or the blacks? Because Webb Du Bois was a mulatto. Ben was a mulatto. I can trace back. They were all mulattoes.
They were mulattoes, but they were called African Americans. So that's why I just, that we know they were called black. So. And they were the elite.
In fact, they're the ones that came up with the brown paper bag test. So no.
Okay.
Because I remember Webb Du Bois called Marcus Garvey a black this and that, and they would always say, "Oh, you black and this and that." So no, we got to pump the brakes on that, Miss Lynn. Oh no, I'm a black nationalist special. I do like Khalid Muhammad, Malcolm X. So I know about all that history. No,
I'm just saying what they were called
they were called colored people, right? They were called colors, but
same as black. But we know they were mulatto, but they were called black. So
but even with the mulattoes, they had a separation class thing. So no, they were never for black people, brown people like us. So no,
it was for the light skin, light, bright, almost white. I mean,
right.
But it was under the, it was supposedly, to help Black Americans, But now it's just all about white supremacy and racism and the white man's holding you back. So they've totally morphed. Back then, that wasn't the mantra. If you look at some of the things that they did, so I don't know. What do you think in the comment section? Sean said, hence the colored people compared to black people.
Wait, say that again. He said,
hence the colored people.
Yeah, Sean is right. That goes way back, Sean. Right.
There was a difference.
Yeah. They were, where Du Bois drew the line even way back then. And he was letting people know, if you're not looking like him, you're not part of this club.
Du Bois, and then of course,
Du Bois was very, very prejudiced against dark-skinned black people.
Yeah,
he made it known. Like he called Marcus Garvey all kind of black dog, and this, it's just like the hatred and violence that came out of his mouth.
Well, he formed the talented 10th. We know that. So just wanted it was the elites. Okay, it wasn't called. We know that's what it was.
And all those elites were light skinned in it. They were all light skinned.
Part of the Divine Nine.
Right. And that's why when you look at the AKAs at one point in time, they were all light skinned because they were all masters half-breed children. And that's why they had to come out with Theta Phi Beta and all that for the darker skinned people, because they were AKAs was one of the most racist organizations.
And you're right.
They made up the brown paper bag test. They made that up.
I didn't know you knew about the brown paper bag.
Yeah, but because I know the history of the AKAs, I know they passed that crap on to this day. They still
the brown paper bag test for the people that don't know. Explain.
Brown paper bag test was made up by the mulattoes. The mulattoes made this up, meaning if you are darker than this brown paper bag, you cannot be part of our organization. That being the AKAs, they were the first.
Ski-wee.
And this is back. This is back in the day. This is not. I'm talking way back in the day.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
They've since allowed brown skin.
Piki said, "Don't scat light skinned people." No, Piki, I'm not trying to do that, but we got to know the proper history. We got to be real about what we got to be real about this, because if you really want to break it down, every time they come out with a black organization, they prop up these light skinned people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you cause dissension among your own when you do that. So we all black people at the end of the day, but the light skinned people were taught at a certain time that you were better than the darker skinned people. This was taught, and they carried that on. And that's why the Divine Nines, you got people carrying that same mentality like your Ricky Smiley. I can't stand black folks. I know the AKAs and the Alpha but like this. That's why he feel like he can talk all that nonsense. And this is why a lot of these so-called black elites feel like they could just represent us and step over us, but they got a surprise in 2024, and there's more surprises for them if they think that black people are going to keep going for this nonsense. No.
Detroit's HP. So for people in the chat section that may not understand what Blackson is referring to, Detroit typed it in the chat section, and I remember that movie. Detroit said we should keep going. Yeah, you're that's that Spike Lee movie called School Days. That was what, 1988, 89. If you have not seen that movie, if you watch that movie, that will explain everything that Blackson just discussed.
Right.
We still have colorism being practiced. Yes, there are different tiers of racism in the black community, and there is.
Right, but it goes even beyond. Like, it goes deep, Miss Lynn. Like you said, when you talk about black people, like a lot of people don't even know. Black people make most of when they say Christian nationalists. What do you think about?
Yeah,
they think about white people. Let's just keep it real. When y'all think about Christian nationalists, no, one of the largest groups of Christian nationalists are black people. I guess y'all never heard of the Shrine Black Madonna. Like this goes way back in the 60s. So that's why when people talk about black nationalists, I'm like, okay, what are we talking about? Because there's a large group of people during Eldridge Cleaver's days that were black nationalists. Like I said, if y'all got a Malcolm X in your library, he talks about all this. He talks about all this, man. That's why I said Malcolm X is one of our greatest historians. I stand on that.
I read his autobiography twice. Prosperity said, blacks, and you're right. My family is an example because they were lighter. They were mulattoes. So,
right.
Yeah. And Detroit said, keep going. I mean, because there are a lot of things people just don't understand or they just don't know. Can't wait till the propaganda machine is destroyed. Sean, this country will be better for it. Coy, they're all doctors and scientists in the Caravan. Coy coming in with jokes. I love it. But yeah, if you, all of you, any one in the comment section that has not seen Spike Lee's movie, let me show them what that looks like. If you check out that video, because some people may be saying, what the heck is that? Please watch that movie. That will explain everything you need to know.
Right. But see, and like I said, you guys, this is nothing against light-skinned people and all that. But again, we have to address the behavior. This is why Sonny from The View feel like she's entitled to speak on black things. It's like, no, but see, again, when you got people like Sonny, and it's not a knock to my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, but then you allow other people to come in and define and control and dictate blackness. And that's why it's like we got to pump the brakes on this thing. We got to pump the brakes on this thing because it's gotten out of control. And that's why you got the Divine Nine, your Sonny Lister, you got your what's that woman's name? The one that couldn't talk during the rally and she was reading from her phone. What's her goddamn name?
Cardi B.
Cardi B, man, she feels comfortable using the N-word. I'm saying, no, you can't do that, Puerto Rican chick. And I'm not being racist, but if you got them going to use the N-word, you can't do that. No. But this is the madness that black people we have to endure because we allow people, all these colored people to come in and they get comfortable and they start using the N-word, And I'm not offended by the N-word, but I'm just using that as an example. As an example of how people get comfortable and kick up their shoes on your gang couch and run this stuff. So yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I put it up on the screen, so it will be worthwhile for you to watch this movie. They just had the 30th anniversary. So yeah, it was 88. Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago. I was still in college. Woo. Yeah, Sonny's a narcissist. So yeah. if you have not seen this movie, it would be worthwhile.
Detroit. Oh, what's up, Jesse? Jesse just came in here. Man, Detroit, say it again. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Detroit says Sonny thinks she's better than Whoopi. Guess why?
Yeah. Okay. I'll stop. Hope everyone saw that. I'll take this. Yeah, I just wanted you, if you are interested, that actually is an excellent movie because it actually depicts everything that Blackson just stated. It does. I hit the like button, folks. Jesse says peace and chat from Denver, Colorado. Yes, all right. Denver's in the house.
Sonny is horrible. Yeah, you're right, Jesse.
Detroit said people are still coming in, Roland. Don't stop. Okay. And so that's pretty much, wow, Blackson, let's keep it real. We bring these people in and make them comfortable. Yeah, people, that's what we do, Pinky. Married, my mother is biracial. She's always thought she was better than dark-skinned women. And you know one thing I see, Blackson, since you brought it up, I notice my students, my girls with darker skin, even the boys with darker skin, they're called derogatory names or black or and the students say it joking, but you see them smile, but deep down inside it hurts.
Yeah.
But the girls, I noticed the girls with dark skin, they have lower self-esteem because what have they been told all their lives, right? So it's a negative connotation is associated with darker skin. I mean, it just that's where we are.
And the Divine Nine carries this again. My niece, she could not join the AKAs because she's dark skinned, so she had to join Theta Phi Beta or whatever,
Theta Phi
whatever.
Beta.
Yeah, Theta Phi Beta. You notice the Theta Phi Betas are all dark skinned. They're all dark skinned, but
Zeta Phi Beta and Sigma Gamma Rho. Then you have the deltas.
right? Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're more darker skinned, but the AKAs are all either mixed or all light skinned.
Yeah.
That's why they can accept a Kamala Harris. That's why they can accept a Sunny Host, and they you know and according to them in the Divine Nine world, the AKA is supposed to be at the top of the mountain, as opposed to the Theta Phi Betas and the other organizations we just talked about. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
What he just said. Yes, Chris Lynn. What does I'm from the soil mean? My neighbor says this. And a lot of times it's the boys with darker skin dumping on the dark skin.
That is true. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And if you look at there's I don't know if you've been keeping up with the trends. What's that song? $1 Million Baby, and it's black women. What it's called a black wife effect. And it's black women that have married white or Asian men or Hispanic men. And you notice most of them are dark skinned. But when you talk to them, they said they felt rejected by black men because they did have dark skin. So this is yeah, that's real.
I'm going to tell you how deep this thing goes. It even affected the Nation of Islam. They said that Louis Farrakhan had a jealousy towards Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad because he was a dark-skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? And that because Khalid had more. If you guys ever watched Dr. Khalid Muhammad, you know he had way more charisma. He was just, I mean, the brother was cold with it. And they said that because he wasn't light-skinned. That Nation of Islam of all dang organizations. But then it goes into the Black Panther Party. Same thing. Huey P. Newton dang near white. I mean, bright. But like I said, it's just when you look at all this stuff, it's still
the plantation effect is still in full force.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki said, you know about the black wife effect. Yeah, it's all over TikTok and YouTube. And if you notice, like I said, it's darker skinned women that are marrying white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Mm-hmm. And when you look at some of the videos, and they said black men don't want dark-skinned women, so they wanted to get married and they have families. It's all over social media.
Right, but again, Ms. Lynn, where does that come from? Does it come from media? It comes from somewhere? There's a story.
The plantation mentality. Remember, the light-skinned slaves that lived in the house thought they were better than the slaves who were out in the fields.
So how does it not affect all black men? Because I noticed, it affects some black men and some black men. Like it never affected me, but I'm just wondering how,
it's the society we live in.
Right.
White is right. Black, get
now,
back.
I will say this, in movies.
It's black community. That's just how it's set up in the black community.
Right. I think the only person, and shout out, y'all may agree or disagree with me, man. Tyler Perry. He has a show called Ruthless. Now, I will give him credit because on Ruthless, most of the women are dark skinned.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. So I give him credit on that. However, the highest is a light skinned dude. I'm just like, but I think he's showing y'all got to watch Ruthless to see what I'm talking about. Again, Tyler Perry's Ruthless, and it's about a cult. It's about a black cult. But I do appreciate because you have black people of all hues and all colors in there. They even have a Iranian guy in there. They have a Puerto Rican guy in there. So, the show shows the diversity of blackness, and he even incorporates, like I said, even Italians and Puerto Ricans and all that. But again, y'all have to watch that show. It's deep. Yeah, it's deep. But but the highest amongst all these black people is a light-skinned Puerto Rican dude that looks like Prince.
Oh.
So
yeah. I just won't you.
In fact, I want to say the highest is based off of Prince. I'm like convinced that this character that they worship is based off of Prince.
Detroit made an excellent observation. That's what made Obama acceptable. Okay.
Right.
Something, where are we? Detroit also said the light ones in the nation end up being the ministers, Nation of Islam. Like you said, even in the Nation of Islam, classism, racism. Let me see, where are we? Timothy, I'm not sure what you're referencing. Charles says, Roland's reviews, love you and all my American Black people. Well, thank you for the love, Charles.
Oh, Thor says, so he said, I never thought about you as black son. All I see is a brother. Same with Roland. All I see is beautiful women of not color, and I am white as one, origin from Scandinavian. Shout out to my Scandinavian brothers.
Who said that?
That was Thor. Yeah, that was Thor. Shout out to Thor, man. Shout out to Thor, man.
I didn't see Thor.
Yeah, Thor just came in. No, Thor, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just pointing out like some of these behaviors that these divine nines feel entitled. But you really have to address the whole thing of color, of race, because they're affected by it. It doesn't affect me, but I will call it out, Thor. But shout out to Thor. Thor, in fact, I'm gonna tell you what, my Scandinavian brother. Let me tell you about Scandinavia. They got the best black metal music in the world, but that's a whole nother topic. But Miss probably don't know nothing about that. I mean, you ain't gonna talk about that right now.
Thor, I actually want to go to Scandinavia because I've watched some shows on Scandinavia, and I love traveling. So we'll see when I retire or whatever. Thank you, Thor, for making that observation. Blackson was just sharing some information that a lot of people don't understand. But if you watch, I'm telling you, if you watch that Spike Lee movie, everything that Blackson said, you're going to be like, oh my God, he was right on. He was spot on. It will make so much sense to you.
Right. And this is why, and shout out to Thor, shout out to Jesse. This is why the Democrats are using this playbook.
Yeah,
but I can see the playbook. Like I said, I go
back. You're right.
Right. But that's why I tell everybody, white, black, I tell everybody, make sure you got Malcolm X in your collection, because then you will understand there were a lot of shift changes during the 60s. There were a lot of, like I said, when you think about Christian nationalists, you don't even think about black people. But black people make up the largest group of Christian nationalists. They do. There's no more like black church ladies are more Christian nationalists than anybody in the dang country. When you want to talk about a theocratic country, like they want Jesus to come down and rule this country, that's Christian nationalism. But that's a whole nother topic, man. I guess I'll just have to say that for my show. Yeah.
Deborah made an interesting statement. Like in some black churches in the South, bishops like Daddy Grace. All members are black. They worship him like a god. Deborah, I think you're new here. We have taught. How many videos have we?
Father Divine. Don't forget Father Divine, Deborah. Yep.
Yeah, they're not worshiping God. They're worshiping Daddy Grace. It's a cult. It's just a cult. Right. And but we've done several videos, Deborah. If you want, type it in the comment section. Say yes. I'll drop a link or two for you. We've talked about these black churches. They're cults. Right. Extended arms of the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Now Jesse made a good point. Dang, Jesse. Oh, Jesse's on fire. So Jesse said, wouldn't they be black nationalists with Christian views? ? That's a good question. Again, we got to go back to Malcolm X, Jesse, but you already know what time it is, But like I said, that's a whole. Oh man, we ain't got enough time on this show to break it down. But yeah, that's a whole. It's just like the Divine Nine. That's Greek culture. That has nothing to do with Christianity. That's a whole Greek culture. But you got
they're
black
worshiping
people.
Greek gods and they don't realize it. They're worshiping Greek gods. And then you see they mark themselves. They put the they're worshiping Greek gods and they don't even realize it. And a lot of those black preachers and ministers we talked about, they're in it too.
Right.
Steve said, that's why some blacks bleach their children. I think James said, is that why Michael Jackson bleached himself? He said he had vitiligo.
Right.
So we who knows, but his father destroyed him. His father always told him he had a big nose. So we wonder, dude, he was a nice looking guy. Why did you do that to yourself over and over again? Till you basically had no nose, you had some skin that was falling apart.
But we can,
So it just depends.
but Miss Lynn, we ain't got to stop at Michael Jackson. We can go to Haiti, we can go to Jamaica, we can go to Africa, Nigeria, where they're still bleaching their skin to this day.
They are.
But if you really want to get down to it, we could talk about the perms and the straightening of the hairs. But
yeah,
but it's a whole nother, it's a whole,
Thor said we all have red blood.
I agree, Thor. Yeah. Like I said, I agree, Thor. I'm just, like I said, we got to be ready for 2028, because if they're not learning now, they're going to triple down on the race. They're going to quadruple down on the race thing.
They're
still trying to make it,
so we'll be fine.
Right. But you know what's so crazy, Miss Lynn? Even with Al Sharpton, he's like, oh, Trump ain't got nobody black. And it's like, damn, you're not missing why y'all lost. You're reinforcing the whole narrative of what makes the Democratic Party exist. They thrive off this race stuff. And so they're trying to get Trump to conform to the ideology of the left.
He's not going to do it.
And then we need to hire people based on, are they qualified? That's what they're not getting. It's going over their heads and they want it to go over our heads. No.
Right. Lynn said, I'm Italian and some of my relatives are very dark. So there's different colors in every race. Lynn, that's an excellent statement. Lynn, you're Italian. Let me know if you're actually, if you were born in Italy. I've been to Venice. I've been to Rome. I've also been to Pisa. I loved Italy. I actually rode down the river on a gondola. So, yeah, I'd love to go back to Italy. I really, really would. Where are we here? Timothy, if it was the souls. Okay, conks. Detroit's talking about the conks. Oh, Lynn, second generation. Wow. Thor, look what Thor said. It did backfire big time this election. I've never seen people come together like this before, no matter race, color, or religion. Thor. Yes, that's what Blackson and I were talking about. The Democrats and their failed policies have been rejected. Yes. Deborah, Roland, I followed you under Granny Go Getter. YouTube canceled me with that title. I think because I made several comments against Kamala. Really? Okay.
Oh, it don't surprise me. So she said she got banned because of Kamala. Yeah. We were getting hit because Roland's shows are doing like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Yep. The minute she had Kamala in her title, I guess they thought she was going to say good things about it. And they realized that now she drops down to 400 views, 300 views. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
So these kind of games we're playing.
Go back and look at my video. I mean, every time I did a video, it was getting thousands of views. As soon as I started hitting hard on Kamala, the Prairie Queen, my numbers tanked. But guess what? We're still here. We're not going to stop sharing the truth with you. What it doesn't matter what YT does. We will continue. Do something different. Says racial diversity is not the only form of diversity. He's hired people with diversity of thought and women. Do something different. But the left won't give him credit for that. Steve, a little black girl told me my neighbor was not black like her, but was black like me. I'm white. Children learn to be racist. Yeah, they're taught. It's a learned behavior. Well,
what we got to do, let me tell you what we got to do, people. Everybody in the chat. We have to recognize when Trump is doing great things. So, number one, he still needs a Nobel Peace Prize for going over to North Korea and bringing Kim Jong-un over to South Korea. No Nobel Peace Prize for that. He's about to end World War III. I don't know if y'all heard, but Biden and Kirby and the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, they tried Putin. They said, oh, Putin ain't gonna send no mooks. No, He sent some dang supersonic nukes over to goddamn Ukraine. And y'all, if y'all got a Telegram or any other international things, that you see these things are like they were fast. I was like, ooh. So now they're like, okay, you know what? Let's let Trump talk to dang Putin, because now Putin is mad. Putin lets you know, again, I've said this before. Miss Lynn,
Yeah.
you've heard the term Russian roulette, right?
Yes, sir.
So why are we playing Russian roulette with Russians? Does that make any sense?
Look, they're going to try to destroy as much as they can before Trump takes office.
Yeah, but they thought that Putin was bluffing. No, he was not bluffing. But again, Zelensky, and another thing I want y'all to understand in the chat, Zelensky is not in Ukraine. He is down off the keys of Florida as we speak. Who knows that? Press one in the chat if you know Zelensky is not in Ukraine. He's in Florida. He's been in Florida this whole time since the war started. He's in Florida because he was not going to take a chance and get off by the Azovs. The Azovs, if some of y'all know, are descendants of Bandera Nazis, was part of the Third Reich. Yeah, they want to off him if he tries to negotiate any deal with Putin. He's been in Florida ever since. He's been navigating this whole war from Florida, in his mansion, kicking back. Jesse knows. Yeah.
I have a question for Pinky. Pinky made an excellent statement. She said, I mod on another channel. As soon as she started talking about Kamala, her views shot up by thousands. Yep. So my question, Pinky, because we're still learning, how many subscribers does she have? Because the larger content creators, it doesn't affect them because they have so many people.
Right.
As soon as they release a video, thousands of people click on it. So there is no way to suppress them, because Detroit and I were talking about that earlier. So for the larger content creators, that is not a problem. But mine, like in here, like I think Candace Owens, she was live yesterday. She had 50,000 people in a live. Right. You cannot suppress that, something like that. Yeah. Someone has 60,000 subscribers. Any given, as soon as they release a video, thousands of people click on it. It overrides the logarithm. They can't suppress that. So I'd love to know the number of subscribers that she has, Pinky. And we're going to get out of here. Okay, Pinky. Wow.
Pinky's, yeah. Man, shout out to you. Be at the best chat, Miss Lynn. Woo wee.
Okay.
Woo. I don't even drink coffee, and I got hyped today, y'all. Y'all, please excuse me getting hyped, man. But y'all came up with some good ones. Y'all came up with some good ones today, man. Good Lord. And they still come up with some good ones. Domo.
Yeah, he said small channel, less than 10,000. Prosperity said even 100,000. Wow. Prosperity said always look at the background and ask if he is so comfortable being in his own home. Okay. Pinky, a lot of those subs came recently. Okay. Pinky said, okay. So again, I don't know what the case is, but I know talking to some smaller YouTubers, we're suppressed, but you can't suppress the larger ones. But thank you for that info, Pinky. Agent Orange, how are you, love? Thank you for the super chat. Agent Orange said, congrats on 10,000. Saw it coming a mile away. Keep on rolling. Yes, sir, I will. And these hearts I'm dropping in the comment section, they're just for you, love. And all of you who are, yes, Pena, thank you, love. This is a strong channel for strong people. Yeah, only adults here. Thank you, Thor. Thank you so much, Jesse. Yeah, and everyone is allowed to share their thoughts and opinions. You know, we don't suppress your thought process. Even when people come in, leftists, progressives, we say, hey, we're glad you're here. You're allowed to leave your opinion. Just don't call people names. I have people, what's her name? Amy, I haven't seen her in a few videos. And I told the moderators, she's fine. And she's a subscriber. She supported Kamala. We have not seen her since Kamala lost, so we're hoping she'll come in. She's somewhere probably licking her wounds. But yeah, Steve, I lived with blacks for 20 years. I know a lot about blacks and their so-called struggles, okay? Chicago Hood, congratulations, Mr. Thank you so much. Chubbs, Miss Rowland is the best on YouTube. I always look forward to them. Chubbs. Thank you, love. Yes, Detroit, we're rolling on. That's why we always ask, if you enjoy this content, share this with a family member.
Yeah, share it out.
Facebook, Truth Social, share the video. That will bring more people to the channel, folks. We're still going to bring you truth. And yes, the election is over, but guess what? There's still something going on every day. Isaiah, I love you, Miss Lynn. Have a good Thanksgiving. Stop doing too much turkey and stay away from the Democratic Party.
Absolutely.
Isaiah,
Absolutely.
I will stay away from the Democratic Party and turkey. I don't like turkey, so don't worry. Isaiah, text me later. Charles Rowland, I'm making some Kamala Harris bathtub grease.
Oh, goodness.
This chat.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
If you're enjoying this chat,
That's a
drop
good one.
some fire emoji. Now, everyone said they're making the bathtub grease. Thor, yes, Thor wants me to enable memberships.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. YouTube sent me an email about it, and I just didn't take time to sit down and read to see what I needed to do. And I guess I didn't. I do want to, but I don't have anything to offer right now. And I don't want them charging people money. And you know what I'm saying? I guess I need to learn more about the memberships. But yes, Thor, I am. The plan is to do that in the future. Thank you so much. Mary said Afro hair is the best. Okay. The fight, yeah, the election's over, Pinky. The fight continues.
Right,
yes.
right. That's right. Yeah.
And everyone, Miss Prosperity's in the chat. We need for her to come on ASAP and tell us, keep us informed with what's going on in Chicago. Chicago Hood. Prosperity. Strong meat is only for those well exercised in discernment. Most are still on milk. Yes, thank you so much, Agent Orange. Scandinavian or Icelandic. Okay, so we're gonna go. Bathtub greens for a funky Thanksgiving. This chat. Woo.
Oh man, good one, Detroit.
We will, Blackson and myself, we will be live tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We may talk about Trump's latest pick. Either that or
which one? He has so many, Miss Lynn. He dropped them from back to back to back to back. Which one? He had so many picks.
So the one who has the black job, what's the one that they're talking about now?
The over Hood. Okay, yeah, the one over Hood. Okay, got you. Okay, because he was dropping so many, I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, Scott Turner, the former football player.
So
we may talk about him, or we may talk about black preachers again. Because when we talk about black preachers, a lot of people are inquisitive and they're still trying to learn. And some of them, those black preachers, are still out here crying. They're still preaching about how evil Trump is and how wonderful Kamala is. So if I can get together enough clips, we'll talk about that. How about that? Hit that like button, folks. We're on 4 more likes and we're at 100. Can you believe it? Can 4 more people hit that like button for us? That's all. Thor, your family was here that time when you were blocked by you know who. Tell your family to come back, love. We enjoyed having them on the channel, and they were speaking and they were commenting when you were unable to, but we're glad you're back. Remember when Crazy Person blocked you, and I found finally when your name popped up, I was able to unblock you. So I'm definitely glad you're back. Fight is overtime to clean. Yes, Pena, we are going to clean house. Thank God. Lynn, you will hear from us tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Thor said all his daughters are subbed. Blackson, drop your channel link before we go, love.
Okay,
Chris,
thank you, Ms. Lynn.
have y'all seen the old man got Chicago mayor getting the mayor to, yeah, Chicago. Oh yeah, Chris. Yeah, they're getting them. They're getting them told off. I love one more. Can I get one more like? Or share this with your daughters. I know they're busy. Tell them the election is over, but we still have to fight, fight, fight.
Yeah.
What's that song? You gotta fight for your right. The Beastie Boys. Oh boy, 1980 what? Ooh, 5 or 6. Woo. Charles Brewer, give me a chocolate bunny like Umar Johnson. Charles. Oh yes, Agent Orange. What did Agent Orange say? Oh, this is great. I hate to go, but we're gonna go. Sean loved the Beastie Boy. Yeah, Brass Monkey. You remember the Beastie Boys? So we're going to get out of here and no sleep till Brooklyn. Thor, I remember that. Oh, I'm telling my age again. Woo! Oh my God. Yes, I love the Beastie. I still have my Beastie Boys cassette somewhere around here. Okay, Paul's Boutique. Yep, Sean, I remember that. So I hope you all, if you enjoyed this show, drop some fire emojis in the comment section. Let us know how anywhere you want us to improve. Let us know. Oh yeah, License to Ill. Oh boy, yeah.
Play from them.
Thor, we appreciate you, dear. We do.
Thanks, Thor.
Thor, if you are on Truth Social, love, share this on Truth Social, please, dear. Okay. And you know, knowing me, you know I'll be here tomorrow at 4. Knowing you, I know you'll be around here tomorrow at 4 o'clock as well. Knowing me and knowing you. There is nothing we can do. Knowing me and knowing you. We just have to face it this time. We're through. This time we're through. Okay. You know I can't help but sing Alba. Okay. Oh, she's crafty. Yeah, I like that too, Sean. Chubbs, yes, love. Thank you all. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. January. It'll be here, but better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Woo! You know I got to sing some Fleetwood Mac. Woo! All right, Katrinka, we're leaving, love. Thank you, dear. Please go back and do the replay because I played a video and I shared an article. I see Blacks and Live wants to move. You would tune along sooner or later. Okay. All right. Oh my God, this is great. We enjoyed all of you. And don't forget, be here tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll have some more info for you. Hopefully something that you're not familiar with so you can go like, that's interesting. You know where we're going now. We're going straight to the comment section. I will stay there as long as you are there responding to your comments. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. And we'll see you in the comment section and tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at all those fire emojis. I love all of them.